Radio, just hear me out with this, but I've just got some thoughts around inflation and how we're actually trying to control that. So, have we not thought of a better way to control inflation other than penalising borrowers of Australia? What I mean by that is that, is there any way that we can kind of get penalised and control inflation, decreasing our spending, and kind of not be the loser? Because it seems to me that it would be perhaps banks or somebody else benefits from increase in a cash rate. Just hear me out with this one here, but what about if we increase super contribution of everybody? So you still get gross pay the same, but the super contribution is the variable rate effectively. So depending on where inflation is, we increase or decrease that, it goes into our super. So we're going to get it one day, but we just don't have access to it right now. Self-employed employer, then to me, I kind of feel like that they're going to be doing it anyway if they're creating jobs and contributing to super. Your sole trader that doesn't employ anyone, they'll probably benefit most from something like that because you got to make it fair. And I would probably say that young people they'll go like, well, it's years until I can access that, where boomers are going to get it, in the next couple of years. But the boomers wouldn't have benefited from this as much. The massive benefit that I see is that, if anything, it doesn't give it to the banks, it gives it to us later on in life. And if anything, we're reducing the burden on the taxpayer because there's going to be less pension required at retirement. So the other thing too is like the young people again saying that, oh, we're not going to access it, so it's a bad idea. And I'm only just assuming that they might think it's a great idea. But then I kind of think like, well, where would you rather it? In your own account that you can access when you retire, or would you rather it in the bank's gross income? Anyway, I think there's a better option out there. And has this been brought up before? It's probably something that was talked about in the 90s and just squashed straight away. But anyway, I'd love to get your thoughts, see what you think. Is it a good idea? Is it something we can do? I must admit, I did jump onto Grok and asked it for thoughts. The biggest thing that it said was the massive regulation around super and that sort of thing. But geez, that's what the politicians are there for, to create regulation so it works. Are we going to sit back and go, oh, this is too hard because of all the regulation? Anyway, again, I'd love to get your thoughts, see what you think. Chat soon.